Sorry, still waking up, just had some coffee, but ChatGPT just released Code Interpreter, and I just tested it out on my phone, and it's actually pretty good. Check it out. Okay, so here's ChatGPT. Go to ChatGPT 4 and Code Interpreter. You do have to enable it in your settings first. So you see it shows Code Interpreter at the top, and I've said convert this file to use CDK for Terraform. Once you do have it turned on, you just click Upload File. So basically, I've just grabbed this code from AWS Security Hub CVS Manager. It's an AWS sample repo. Doesn't really matter, but the thing to know is it's in TypeScript, and I'm asking it to convert it to Python, essentially. This is what I thought was kind of interesting. It says that you seem to have uploaded a TypeScript file, but would like to convert to CDKTF. But it basically says it's just not a direct translation, so it can help me do it, but it can't just directly translate it. So it goes on to tell me what it can do. It says it will read it, and then based on the understanding, it will then try to do the equivalent with Python for Terraform. So then it goes and tries to actually read the file, and that's kind of interesting. You can actually see the code it's doing to do that. And then it goes on to read it. It shows all the different parameters and then the different AWS resources the CDKTF stack was creating. Kind of neat. I thought this part was also interesting. It basically talks about the next step, which is actually developing the code. I thought it would just output it, but it actually asked me if I actually want to proceed before it actually outputted any code. So I just said yes, and then it's like, again, it's not a direct translation, it's not a complete solution, but here's the code to help you get started. And it's right, this is exactly what CDKTF would look like. But this was the part I was really bummed about. It just did the frame for the code. It didn't actually do the code. It says here, you can define all the AWS resources here. And then it gave me an example. It's like, all right, here's what a KMS key would look like when you're doing CDK for Terraform. So then I was like, well, just continue defining the rest of the resources. And it did it. It says, all right, here's what a KMS key would look like. Here's what an S3 bucket would look like. Here's the IAM role. Here's the Lambda function. Here's the event bridge role to kick off the function. So, overall, it was pretty good. So you can enable Code Interpreter just in your ChatGPT settings if you're a GPT Plus user. You just go to your beta features and enable Code Interpreter. There's also this custom instructions, which I can do another video of. But I'm excited for this because I was just copying, pasting code in there before, and I always wanted to try to get it to read a file or input the repo, and this would be a lot better way.